for you. Serves you right. Serves her right. This one will teach you lesson. This one will teach you. Have you ever said this one will teach you lesson in your mind? Let's hear from you. Shortly, we're going on a commercial break so I can entertain at least one message or a call before we go on that commercial break. Keep the calls coming. Keep the messages coming. Now, when I say keep the calls coming, don't call WhatsApp. A lot of you are still in the habit of calling the WhatsApp number. All you needed to do is send your message to the WhatsApp number as opposed to calling the WhatsApp number. If you want to call 070 0923 0923 070 0923 0923.
Different ideologies
and different perspectives.
Share your views on the Sunny
Zero 0923 0923, and then the WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809 030 6416. We're going to commercial break. Conversation continues afterwards.
Mama Godwin, why you no come market yesterday?
I don't understand my body.
to worry. You can send your WhatsApp messages to 0809-030-6416, or you call the other numbers, which are 0817 923 0002. That's 0817 923 0002. We also have 0817 923 0003, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. And then the final number is 0817 923 0009. But then again, if you're still unable to get through to us via those numbers, send a WhatsApp message. And like I said, we're live on Twitter. Twitter handle is at NigeriaInfoPH, and then the Facebook page is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the sunny side.
Good afternoon, Didi.
Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name?
Thanks. My name is Patience.
Okay, welcome.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the scripture, because that's the exact scripture that explains everything. And majority of us claim, including myself, that we're Christians. I don't want to talk about the other religion because I don't know much about them. And the focal point of the Christian religion, it's about love, right?
Yeah,
and we're also taught to love and endure and pray for our enemies. Yeah? But honestly, when someone who has done us wrong, we find the person in a bad situation, majority of us, myself inclusive, I cannot deny that. There are times when you just like, good, it happened. But there are times too, you get back to your senses, like, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have done that. But there are certain times where it's so painful, so deep, you get so bitter that you do this. So I'm not going to be here and say, no, I don't. That's a lie. There are times I get caught in it, and there are times I get sorry about it, and I then go out. I've had a situation actually where I did go back to the person and had to apologize and commiserate with the person. And like, seriously, I did feel good, but I'm so sorry I felt like that. And at the end of the day, I felt lighter.
Interesting.
I felt lighter.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, thank you for being honest.
You're welcome.
Let's hear from Chidima calling from Eliozo. Hi, Chidima. Oh, dear. Okay, let me address this. I keep seeing messages of people that want, if I don't worry, you will get your money. It's not going to be immediately, but you will get it. Okay? It was not forgotten. I had filled the form, you will get it. Now, well, on the final lap of the sunny side today, I may have felt that silly probably when I was quite younger, probably as a child. I haven't been so informed as I am today. It speaks inadequate to me or rejoicing over someone's misfortune. I better speak or act nothing and remain dumb. Rejoicing is uncalled for. Amina from Rumudara. Hi, Amina. Welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Good afternoon, Amina.
So I have this really confession to make.
Okay.
My senior in secondary school. It's about feeling good when somebody has a misfortune or something like that.
You're what in secondary school?
My senior in secondary school. When I was still in secondary school.
Okay.
So this senior beat me unnecessarily for some reason. So a couple of weeks later, she got in an empty classroom with a senior male. They were like making out and stuff.
Ooh.
And then she got expelled. I felt so good.
I mean,
yes.
Did this your senior know that you were feeling good?
We was already expelled at the time.
At the time, okay.
But like it was like the happiest time of my life, I swear.
But did you feel sober afterwards? Did you feel like... Hey,
I did not. I will not lie.
Wow. That's
But
like
no, the truth. I'm being honest.
So now, do you still feel good when people that did bad things to you, when bad things happen to them?
No, not really. Like, maturity comes and all of that, and I'm just like, I feel good at the time, but then later on, I'm just like, me self, like that kind of thing.
All right, thank you, Amina. I think it's confession time for everybody. Let's hear from Muriel. All right, Muriel is calling from Okrika. Hi, Muriel. Welcome to the sunny side today.
Thank you, Denise. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You see, Denise, even God that created man said the heart of the man he created is desperately wicked. And there's one thing about humans. They believe that when you do them something, the consequences should come upon you immediately. But when they offend someone, nothing should happen to them. They should be pardoned. Now, it's natural for someone to feel that if they offend me and something will happen, especially if it happened immediately, you see the person starts shouting, I know the God I serve. That's my God. You cannot do me something and go scot-free. And not knowing that maybe it's just a coincidence, something just happened. But nonetheless, Denise, we shouldn't rejoice over anything that happens to someone, because ultimately it will always come back.
But Miriam, I don't know. Is it something that we can help? I think sometimes it's unconscious. We can't help it. I don't think.
Yes, Denise, we can't help it. That's what, just like the way I started. God said the man that he created, the heart of that man, God is the man that gave us this heart. And yet he said this heart that he gave us is desperately wicked. In other words, desperate to do wickedness. We are desperate to do wickedness to ourselves. So we can't help it. It's in our nature.
But this time around, we're not the ones that went about doing wicked. It happens to them in however it happens to them.
Yes, but we rejoice nonetheless. When you rejoice over something that happened to the person, it's as if you have planned it in your heart. Let bad happen to this person. You have been planning it. The Father, let something happen to this person. Just for you to get satisfaction that yes, the reward for the evil that person did to you has come to the person. But in all, that's why God said we should work on our hearts. The heart. They say, the Bible said, out of the issues of life are in the heart. What we envisage in our heart sometimes comes to pass. That's why we should really guard our hearts. Because sometimes what you wish for somebody happens. You might not know. So we should guard our hearts at all times.
All right. Thank you, Miriam. If you ever been in a higher institution, the story I'm about to share may not be alien to you. A very beautiful girl, whenever she walks into the classroom or a lecture hall, everybody must turn, heads must turn. She walks into the faculty, very beautiful. You get set to go. She set died. You get fun. She's beautiful, She's a goddess. Anything you can use to qualify her. But in that same department or in that same faculty, are girls murmuring within themselves. What if they feel like safe? For her mind, now she find pass her B. I beg. This fair way she fair herself, just say na follow come. Just say no be a bleaching cream. This girl did absolutely nothing to you. But because she's fine. And because she's fine, chances are that more guys will come after her than they will come for you. And you with your clique of friends just like to say, maybe she's sitting around you and a guy just eyes that area and you believe that the guy was eyeing you. But because she was there, she did something and the guy just moved attention to her. You say, for your mind, you fine, no. And then one day, you just heard that somebody bathed her with acid. And all the beauty is gone. And you're already saying, Stella, you don't hear? What's happen? Tell me. Stella, you know Agnes? The one where they do like say she too fine. They don't bath her acid. If you see Agnes' face now, Jesus Christ. You know, collect something from her hand, chop. See Agnes, they don't bath her acid. Good for her. I say every time she go, they walk out, they pass for this faculty. Like say, not only she fine, not only she get rich boyfriend, not only she feel buy cream, not only she feel buy perfume. It's good for her. Why do we feel that way? Chidima is calling back from Elios. Welcome back, Chidima.
Hello, good afternoon.
Were you the same Chidima that called before?
Yes,
Oh,
my
okay.
baby needed attention, so I had to stop the line.
Oh, okay.
So, Didi, this you're saying, actually, last month, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Last month, I did my baby child's education.
Okay.
So, my neighbor went to church. She joined us in our car. So, when we got to church, we got back. So, my husband was trying to reverse, probably to park well. And he didn't know I was at his back. So, he almost hit me. So, when I tapped the vehicle, because it was on reverse, he now said, sorry, my wife. So, I said, I forgive your wife. He ended there. We went to church, dedicated our baby, came back, attended to people. Do you know this? My neighbor that followed us to church did not forget this thing. When our roommate came back, she told her roommate that she saw what happened in the church today. But my husband almost ran me over. That I think she told her I used the juice to warn my husband that the juice cleared in his eyes. That's why I wanted to kill me in the church. It did not end there. She picked her phone. Her roommate was telling me. Because her roommate was not in the church. That was why I believed her.
Yeah.
She didn't come to church. But she was like, I was like, so how did you? She was like, how did she hear it? I said, yes, indeed, she must have told you. She said it did not end there. She picked her phone, was calling her friends, my neighbor. I was almost killed that day. Tell my neighbor that I used gas to marry. The gas cleared from the man's eyes. I said, God, can this is the same neighbor that will come to my house? We will eat in one plate. Ever since I heard this, I confronted her. She denied. I said, no, the roommate was not in the church. How come the head of this happened? Everybody knew it was a mistake. I even gave an example. I said, you yourself, most times you want to motor by the reverse at your back, you might not know when you hear it, when you see it, you just I'm gonna wait you. So it was a mistake. Everybody just overlooked it. And I told her that she's a very wicked. Ever since that time, when I saw her, when I see her, I was thinking, what the enemy meant for evil, God turned it around. So anytime I see her, I'll change. If I'm singing I see her, I'll change the song so I can know that this is really warfare song. This is then
It's a warfare song.
This is what human being thinks of somebody.
Wow. So if you had died that day, God forbid, she will be rejoicing.
Hey, God. Oh, God.
Wow.
I just said that. This is how human beings are. This one is my neighbor. Like, we eat him. Like, oh, Jesus.
Sorry,
you see
Chidima.
the heart of man. Oh.
Sorry, Chidima. Barry is calling from GRA. Hi, Barry. Welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Didi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Barry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so for me, this is my nature. I feel very bad, very, very sober when anything bad happens to people.
Okay.
It's just natural because I'm thinking that the world is just a small place. And there's no reason why we should even think of evil or try to harm each other. I'm always happy. Here, there's something I do that has been part of me now. Whenever I see somebody I know growing, I feel very excited to introduce, my friend. I say, look, that guy is my guy, it's my friend. And again, when we celebrate ourselves, people are happy. This world is just too big for two birds to collide. The world is just too big. So no need at all. No need at all to envy any person or to harm any person. For me, if you ask me, I think everybody should just do his best and celebrate whichever each other, either when we're doing well or when it's not too right too. Be there for the person. And God will help.
Thank you so much, Barry. I was going to share a personal experience though, but It's going to make me emotional, so I'm just going to let it go. This one says, good afternoon. In respect to the topic, it is not good to rejoice at someone's predicament or sympathize, especially when you don't know the reason for it. Let me use my experience as example. Some time ago, I and a friend wanted to buy a plot of land. The person who claimed the owner of the land was pressuring us to bring money or else another person will buy it. The guy was my church member then. To cut the story short, I told to wait to do proper investigation before I'll pay. We paid for bush entry alone. It's only God that saved us through my lawyer. After some years, when we saw this guy, I knew he was reaping what he had sown to the point that he begged my wife for 200 naira. Emmanuel sent that in. Did a good afternoon, or Joe Rumalumini. My take on this is that when one expresses on another person's misfortune, it shows that they had a hidden hatred on the victim. But come to think of it, why do humans naturally have this feeling each time someone who offends us experiences a bad omen? Then immediately it comes up in our spirits that maybe karma has caught up with the person. Well, to me it makes no meaning having that thought against someone because everybody is guilty of one crime or the other. The best thing is to find a way of sympathizing with everyone who had a bad experience even moments after offending us. It might be your own turn tomorrow. Did your expression towards this matter is suspicious? You're really expressing passionately. Thanks. I don't know. See, for me, I have seen this thing happen countless times. And just when you think that we have moved past certain things, you walking on that kind of conversation. Maybe my being in that pharmacy that day was timely. Who knew to make it to radio as a conversation? Because till now, I still could not understand how, hello, it's not father's responsibility to buy you food. Father bought food for his dog, and it's father's money. If father wants to buy his dog a cow and not give you 10 naira, it's father's money. You know, even when we preach the message of giving, you know, some grants are not fertile grants. Some people have said, I will never give to this person because every time I give to this person, my money keeps missing. But when I give to this other person, I always get abundance. So it's not every soil you are going to cultivate. It's not everywhere you sow. Yes, as much as we love to give, you know, it's not every time you give to a fraudulent person. Like those people that always come and tell you one very long story. So now if I decide not to give to you, and something bad happens to me, and I have to spend much more than I would have already given to you to treat myself or to solve my problem, what is in it that makes you happy? What is in it that makes you happy? Okay, so once upon a time I was in a relationship, and for some reason relationship didn't work out. I left. Why? All them womanizing kind of stuff. And then he ended up with someone else and married the person. And then I got to discover that after the marriage, he still did not change. He still went about womanizing. And that would have been my fate if I had ended up with him. He would have still gone about womanizing, right? So am I supposed to be happy and say, good for you. I think you want to marry fine boy. See that thing that it happened to me, it happened to you. So, sorry, it's in premium tears. The people that are happy like that, when people marry some people that probably did not work out with them, they just feel, good for you. Because the bad character that I dumped, that's the one you have gone to carry. And yes, maybe we don't find ourselves feeling that way. But people, like the one that came to the pharmacy to break the gist, will come and bring the gist to you. Say, Janice, remember that your ex now? I say, yes, I remember. He say, you know he's married. I say, I dey sorry for that in wife. Oh. I think she thinks say she don't arrive. She don't okay. She don't know what I see before. She yes every time night she dey cry I yes every time they beat good for her. Next time she go ask question before she enter relationship. Talk more of marriage. And in my head I'm like, sir, is that what's supposed to make me happy? Or should I be feeling for this poor innocent lady who was once upon a time like me, who could have gone into this thing blindly? Or who could have been deceived and didn't know that she was being deceived? So it happens everywhere. You beg me for ice cream. Or you beg me for food. I say I no go give you. Not my food. Now me go decide whether I go give you or I no go give you. I said I won't give it to you. And then my pot of food burns and you say good for you. I said I beg you small rice. Only small tintiny rice. You refuse to give me. Shebi now your pot of rice don't burn. I no chop am. You no chop am. Unto. I no chop am. You no chop am. Unto. I say give me now. One of us for chop am. But now it don't burn. Unto. And they don't hide it. See, it's one thing to be rejoicing in your heart that someone is going through a bad, experience. It's another thing to be vocal about it and even say it to the person's face, that they know that you are excited, you are happy that they are going through what they're going through. Let's hear from this caller. Nigerian Info, good afternoon to you. Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, Didi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, really, for me, this is what I want to say. This thing is a two-sided thing.
Okay.
If a man points a gun at me, or a man points a gun on my head, and wants to shoot me, and I'm there helpless, and suddenly a stray bullet, probably from a policeman, hits him, I probably didn't know that there were security people around and all that, and the stray bullet hits the man, and the man drops dead. I will rejoice. You will rejoice if it happens to you. You will be happy. You will rejoice. And you won't feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
It's not, we don't generalize. There are specific issues. Issues should be handled at its own merit. If a man comes for my life and his life is taken, I will rejoice, both in my heart and openly. But if it's just a regular circumstance, like the examples we gave here, father asked, somebody asked father for food and he did not get food and all of that, and then a dog bites father, then we can begin to talk about that it is not right, it is a sin. So it is not a one situation fits it all. There are certain situations when something terrible happens to a man who hates you or who wants you down, and you will rejoice. I don't also think the Bible will condemn that. But there are situations too when you say no, there is a spirit of God in your heart and you have a check in your heart. And you say no, you don't rejoice over your enemy. Because apparently you have that, in that case, you just have a misunderstanding with the person. The person really isn't your enemy. But a man who comes for your life is your enemy. And if something bad happens to that person, I will rejoice, both in my heart and openly. I will throw a party. And I'll rejoice over that person. Thank you.
She says she's going to throw a party. Good afternoon. Most of the people who rejoice over other people's downfall are the people responsible for the person's downfall. Most of them are naturally wicked. Okay. Let me read through Facebook messages now. Prince Luke says, the truth is that some persons just love other people's downfall without you doing them anything. So the best thing to do in a time like this is to hold God strong. The truth is that if she dies now, you will feel bad in one way or the other. So that type of person, you just need to let him or her be. Don't worry yourself over them. Augustus Boma says, secondly, okay, for there to be a secondly, it means there was a first message. And I can't see the first message. Augustus, could you do me the honors of resending the first one? But let me read the secondly part. Secondly, last month, a neighbor of mine quarreled. I and another of my neighbor. After everything, she kept saying, you people will not live up to my age. We didn't answer her. Now, if she dies today, do you expect me not to be happy? I will be very glad, sis. Augustus, but I wish I could see the first part. I think people are reacting to your comment, but why I can't see it is what I'm unable to fathom. So could you kindly resend it? I am interested in reading what you sent earlier before the secondly part. We're going on a commercial break in less than 30 seconds from now. I believe that by the time we come from that break, I will be able to see that message and then read it, and we'll round off the conversation on the sunny side. If you're just joining us, well, you may have missed a greater part of the conversation where we're talking, or we are still talking, rejoicing over someone's downfall. The good for you, good for him, good for her, serves him right, serves her right. How many times have we been unconsciously or consciously caught in the web of rejoicing over our enemy's perceived downfall, over our perceived enemy's downfall? We'll come back to this after the break. Just stay tuned. So I'm going to move on to the WhatsApp message I have before me. Good afternoon, Didi. My principal back in secondary school was very harsh and brutal to most students. The day she passed away, a lot of students were happy about it. May her soul rest in peace. David from Oyigbo. Whoa. Whoa. Talking about teachers most of us did not like because they were wicked. Did I ever rejoice at someone's downfall? Did I? No. I don't think I can remember any instance. There was one that was very obvious. Everyone could see that I was clearly being maltreated. But the day she passed on, I was the first person to arrive at the mortuary. And I was also able to settle the outstanding bills and still plan her burial. I'm not a saint. No, I'm not. It may have happened unconsciously, hence I may not remember. But I know it happens. And maybe I'm guilty of it as well. Rejoicing. Sometimes we say it as a joke. It's good for you. We laugh. Oh yeah, I remember. When you tell somebody, remove this bucket from here, you will follow. Somebody can fall over. And the person no hear word, no gree comot the bucket. And that same person goes to hit the bucket or falls over. I know I had laughed on one of such. I said, yeah. Shebi, we told you to remove this bucket here since you refused to. And everybody laughed about it. Well, I think I remember one of those instances like that, but I may have. But if you believe in scriptures, and if you are a believer of what the Holy Book says, I'd like to end the conversation with Proverbs 24:17-18. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth, even if it's over a bucket. Lest the Lord see it, and it displeases him, and he turns away his wrath from him. I'll be back here same time tomorrow, 12 noon to 3 p.m. on the sunny side. Follow us on Twitter at NigeriaInfoPH, Facebook page NigeriaInfo 92.3ph, Instagram at NigeriaInfoFM _PH. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at _Denise_Dennis. That's DNISE and DNNIS. Follow my Facebook page, Denise Dennis. Follow my Facebook account, Denise Dennis Wall. Up next is Rivers Today, and thereafter Hard Facts with Kalada Korubatabo. And yeah, before I leave, happy birthday, Sam Oracle Chinedu. Today is your birthday, and I wish you all the best. All of the best. Adios.
Express yourself right here on Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. From the economic